guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. We have our main Dokkan Fest EZA of the current celebration, and it is the INT Angel Golden Frieza. So it's going to be interesting to see how effective this Golden Frieza will be. He is on a lot of bad teams if we take a look at Frieza. A lot of these, like, sort of smaller teams. Him being very good could be, you know, again, a really big deal. Keep in mind that he is also on the new Resurrection F, Goku, and Vegeta's teams. He's on that team, right? Because he's on Mastered Evolution. So keep in mind that this Angel Golden Frieza could make things even easier for those blues if he could be like an effective piece on that team, right? It's possible. He's not getting the 200%, but you know, remember the other Golden Friezas on there, like AGL Golden Frieza, Tech Golden Frieza, they are rather effective a lot of times on those stages, right? So yeah, this guy, full power, he's on a bunch of teams. Other warriors as well. Okay. All right, let's go and take a look what we got here. Translations, of course, courtesy of the homie Goresh. All right, let's take a look here. So, here, let's just do this. Okay, so old leader, skill, revived warrior, right? So now it's just 170% to revived warriors, resurrected warriors. I do think a full 170% leader skill is good enough. You know, to make it through like tough red zone stages and stuff like that, provided the team you're bringing is very strong. You know, I like to use teams at this point that are at least a full 170% across the board. So, you know, like Resurrected Warriors I don't think is that good, but it is a solid leader skill. It could help out in some certain stage or something like that. He also gives int type key 3. Oh, it's 120%. Wow, okay. Okay. They jumped that up quite, because it was 50 before. I jumped that up a lot. All right, sure. So now he greatly raises defense for one turn, immense damage, and greatly lowers defense. Wow, greatly, huh? So Frieza, I think he's going to be right at, oh my god, his defense is going to be so high. Are you kidding me? Okay. He's going to be at what? Like 18,000 something attack, and then this is gonna be like 13,000 basically. Yeah, his defense is high. All right, so this is like almost like a prerequisite these days for being a really good unit. I think is giving yourself these defense on super attack effects. If you look at characters, I think right now that have sort of begun to age rapidly or are not designed as good, right? Like LR Super 17 not giving himself defense on super attack. A lot of characters like that come to mind. Yes, it is really important if you could man down that first slot, right? Like if, you know, you've got really good defensive ability in slot 1. But it just does so much when you have a team full of characters that are doing this. And it's a 50% buff. That's really good. Okay, so now he's at 250% attack and 150% defense. So they give him an extra 100% to each. He's going to hit hard. Well, so his links. So Prodigy's Universal, so have Revival, Strongest Clan of Space, Brutal Beatdown, Turn Up Power, Fierce Battle. This Frieza will link fine on these villain teams. Keep in mind when it comes to using him on like Wicked Bloodline or Transformation Boost, this is one of the major teams I want to see cycled in for a 200% leader skill. This would be a very interesting one. Keep in mind that the way they're doing 200% leader skills, I think very clearly after seeing what the ROF Blues are capable of doing, is that it's not like they're trying to like make a leader and then a team where like, you know, this whole category is so crazy and the 200%, oh my god. It seems like they want to sort of section these off into like small like groups like that are powerful on the leader skill, right? That's like the absolute intention that Dokkan is doing, intentionally making these leaders, I think, really work bad with many of the characters on their team, right? So Transformation Boost potentially could have like multiple different 200% leads, like a lot of other teams probably will. And this is a major team. This join forces. There's a couple that I want to see really be impacted. So 250%, 150%. But oh yeah, the point I was making, his links, you can work this guy very well with other major villains, even if these villains are like big bad bosses characters and this guy isn't, because he's still got like, you know, Brutal Beatdown, very common, Fierce Battle, Revival, there's some characters that'll have it. Revival does give a stats buff, but it's only on when your HP is under 50%, right? What is it? It gives you you heal and 5% attack and defense, but this only procs when your HP is under 50%, which I hate. I feel like that's so stupid. It should have just been 2 key, 5% attack and defense, and the 5% heal. It would have been busted. But, like, look at some of these characters, right? Like, they could have allowed this link to be that good with, I feel like, this roster of characters would have really helped some of these villain teams, right? That would have been really good. Okay. So let's take a look here. So 250%, 150% right there. Okay, so he lowers enemy attack by 15%. That's just baseline. And then superclass allies and enemies get minus 7%. So it's less of a debuff to superclass allies, but they kept that in there. That's not good. I'm not saying this freeze is not going to be good because of that, but I just feel like nowadays you don't, like, they didn't even need to do that. Like, they could have easily just made this, you know, enemies attack minus 15%, and then another additional minus 7% for superclass enemies. Like, there's no purpose to this, right? Like, not nowadays. There doesn't need to be negatives, I think, built into these units' kits. Oh, he gets another 100% attack. Oh, if there's a superclass enemy. All right. So as of right now, that's not, you know, red zone, which is the most important thing. But, like, I think of, let me take a look at this. Revived Warrior Super Battle Road is filled with superclass enemies, right? It ends against Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Pikkon. Universal Survival Saga is full of superclass enemies. Same with Reps of Universe 7, right? Full Power as well, right? Because that's where you're fighting, like all the duo characters in that stage. Transformation Boost ends against that nasty Ultimate Gohan at the end. This is superclass allies the whole way through, except for, like, King Vegeta, right? So, yeah, okay. This guy, I feel like, is a strong Super Battle Road unit, man. Because he's gonna be debuffing, like, you know, these like, all the enemies in all those Super Battle Road stages I just pointed out, debuffing them by 22%, which is gonna be good. And then, I mean, he's going to be at 350% attack, 250%. Like, this dude is going to be insane in Super Battle Road. And then finally, he's super effective against all types if there's another Rep of Universe 7 category ally. I mean, I look at that, right? Number one, he's got the debuff, right? All Reps of Universe 7 are all superclass, except for other Angel Freezes, right? So it's like you use this guy next to, like, a UI Goku or something like that, right? Well, I guess there is also 17 in Golden Frieza as well. But that unit, I mean, that unit is mid. That unit wasn't that crazy on release, right? Like, they're ass now, I would imagine. I see this guy wrecking Super Battle Road. I feel like he could be decent in these red zone stages, right? Because it's like, if you're a free-to-play player, right, like, you're not gonna have, you know, a lot of these newer characters this year, like Rainbowed and shit like that. Yeah, duh. But this guy, you might really have Rainbowed because he's been out for years and years and years and years. He's strong enough to take in there. But I think this Frieza gets really scary when this extra 100% kicks in. I think this Frieza is going to look really good. And then, I mean, if you're able to get super effective against all types, right? So the main character, the main unit we're talking about when using this guy with another Reps Universe 7 ally would, of course, be this guy right here. This guy was one of the best designed units ever. If you look at, like, LR Super 17 is, like, one of the worst designed units ever. And then this guy right here is one of the best designed ever, right? Because, like, this guy, just his raw stats, like how high his defense is, how high his attack stats are, those have aged. But this guy's still stacking, still sealing, He's still got dodge. He's still attack debuffing, right? You could transform whenever you want. And then he's got the stun right here. And then he's also got damage reduction. So you can do a lot with this guy, even though his just raw stats have been power crept. He's still useful because of everything he does. Again, I would argue this is probably one of the top 5 best designed units ever in Dokkan history, this Angel Gold and Frieza. So it's like you could rock these two together. Actually, you know what? Because, yeah, his stats, like, these are right away, right? Like, these will kick in. I don't... This, yeah, dude, I don't know. He's going to be so good. Like, I imagine they're going to do, like, you know, more sort of like red zone stage. Well, I guess I'm hopeful that they'll do like another red zone stage and it would have like super class enemies in it. Because remember, currently every single red zone stage is full extreme class enemies, which is good for like, you know, Namek Goku. But like, you know, full power Frieza doesn't get his full effects. This guy doesn't get his full effects. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if you were going up against a super class enemy in the red zone, this Frieza would be able to survive super attacks from some of the tougher bosses. That's not like if you had like full health, this guy would be able to start probably taking some of those super attacks like 400k and under damage from those bosses doing like 1,000,000 plus. I imagine this Frieza, like if he supers or even double supers, like his defense is going to be probably 600-700k, something like that. More probably. Depending upon how big this buff is. Oh, what defense is he getting from his links? So he's getting Tournament Power gives him 7% defense, and that's it. The only defense he gets is from Tournament Power, which is 7%. All the other links, get rid of that. I'll just pull them up to prove it, but none of his other links are giving defense. I mean, I guess except for Revival, but you know, you have to be under 50% HP for that. Prodigies is just attack. Universe's Most Malevolent also is just attack. Revival does give some status buffs, but it's, again, when you're under 50% HP. Shortest Can of Space is just key. Yep. Brutal Beatdown is just attack. And then Fierce Battle is just attack, right? So, okay. I could see this guy being very, very good. He's going to be a good contender in Super Battle Road, which matters, right? You know, Wicked Bloodline Extreme Super Battle Road I thought was pretty tough. This guy should be able to perform pretty well in there. I mean, I would certainly say he could have been a little bit better, but he looks good. I could see this guy being an option you could run on some teams in Red Zone, even without going against super class enemies. I feel like he should be able to hold his own. He's going to hit hard. I mean, just 250% attack at the start of turn, right? He's going to have, you know, 18,000 attack, right? And this defense is going to be so high. So he does look pretty good. And he's on so many teams, right? Like, right now, what actual good teams does he have? It's only the Blues team. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. It's the only team I would actually run here is the ROF Blues team. Because if we look at Revived Warriors, this team is not good. Right? Like, what are we doing here? No, this is all dead. Yep. Wow. This is brutal. This is terrible. Oh my. Yeah, you're not running this. This is terrible. It's actually just stunning how, like, I could just look at all these. Like, some of these characters might have been, like, fringe okay previously, but now they're just, like, ass. Like, it's like, no way. We're just, at this point, we are really waiting on, like, you know, major releases, right? Like, especially with the 200% leader skills and how content is now, like, designed around these 200% leader skills. We just need so many of these teams to be better. This is why arguments about, like, oh, this character's only got one team, this character's got no team, stuff like that. Like, it's like, you look at all these, like, you're not running any of these right now. Like, none of these are viable, basically. So, okay. It's a good option to add to these teams, though, because one of these, right, is going to get a 200% leader skill within the next couple of months. This guy will be on the team. He could be very good. I think against super class enemies, this Frieza's crazy. In Super Battle Road, he's going to be a killer. He looks good. I don't know that I would put, like, how would I rank him, I think, among the top, I don't know, because it's like, he's better than Ultimate Gohan without his guard. Like, if Ultimate Gohan's not guarding, this guy's, like, way better, right? Turles, if Turles doesn't have another Turles next to him, is this Frieza better? Maybe. I could see this Frieza being in the mix with those characters. Because Turles is way different when you have a good linking partner with him. although he could still give you the baseline support. I feel like I'll probably like Evolution Blue Vegeta better than this guy, though. Maybe, but we'll see. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think of Angel Golden Frieza here. He looks like he's going to be a capable unit. He's going to be a Super Battle Road killer for sure, because a lot of those stages of his have super class enemies. So he's going to be going at full power with the debuff applied on enemies, which is going to be so big. So that's good. At the bare minimum, he has that. I do think it matters if characters can perform well in Super Battle Road. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.